Lukien kuksuteena, ipsukaapiikis Duane haakkiiksi ninäks. Jos Duane ikskinaawa, kis Duane kiksiksiis. My name is Rainy Chief. I'm a Blood Indian. I'm from the Blood Indian Reserve down south. I am also the Ambassador of Environmental Affairs for the Blackfoot Sovereign Nation, which declared its independence in 1999, recognized by the Governor General and the Alberta courts through various legal actions that have been proceeded upon. I am also a former RCMP officer. Now, I'd like to give you 1 minute of my jacket. On my first foot patrol, I went out and I stopped 2 individuals who were continuously breaking into new car dealerships and stealing cars and destroying them. I found these guys, I stopped them on my first foot patrol. The second one is I cleaned up a whole bunch of files on the Blood Indian Reserve with a female officer who might be in the National RCMP suit against the RCMP by female officers. We cleaned up all these files on the reserve and we recovered 95% of 4 or 5 break-ins. The third one is I had the misfortune of serving with a discredited RCMP officer from Red Deer Detachment, whose name is known in the press as a known racist against Indians. So I had a good chance to see how RCMP officers think when they're demoted. Fourthly, I stopped an abduction and a carjacking at the Enoch Reserve, west of the city here. And we apprehended the 3 individuals there. We saved the person that was being abducted, a female. And with the dog man, we caught all of our suspects. That dog man was later killed in Stony Plain. So I know what it is to be one of you. I know the oath, and I know the conviction it is to serve the community. So here I am going to read in this letter that I'm giving to you, the Edmonton Police Commission. From myself. This is a letter to formally notify you that as a Blackfoot shaman and a recognized religious minister in Alberta, I wish to lodge a hate crime complaint against the City of Edmonton and Alberta culture. It is my belief that on or about January 30th, 2013 to June 30th, 2013, individuals within Alberta culture, including Heather Klimchek, Mr. Dagmar, Ms. Nagna, and their colleagues conspired with Mr. Alan Bartman and Mr. Gareth Spicer, Mr. Kerry Singh, and others within the city's planning department to knowingly and unlawfully violate the Cemeteries Act of Alberta. They did so with the intended purpose to desecrate the burials and sacred grounds of First Nations and Metis peoples. And I have reason to believe that a Ms. Jamie Miller may have witnessed or may be a party to this conspiracy. Specifically on January 25, 2013, Alberta Culture provided an unlawful clearance to the city to destroy a portion of the Fort Edmonton Traditional Burial Ground and Cemetery, which remained protected under the Cemeteries Act. They did so with the knowledge it was a registered cemetery and the full knowledge that the Alberta Culture did not have the lawful authority to provide this clearance to destroy this cemetery. The consequence was that a distinct ethnic group, the Descendants of Fort Edmonton, which comprise about 100,000 Aboriginals in Alberta.
You're at the 1 minute mark, sir.
We were denied the legal right to public notification or consultation. In addition, myself and other descendants were denied access to our sacred site. The rest reads itself. So here it is, your formal letter. I only have seconds left, apparently. Here is the process I established a sweat lodge in Elk Island National Park in 1998. Signed off by the Chief Park Warden and federal land, and as a treaty Indian, I have a right to Crown lands. What is down there is the Hudson Bay Reserve. It is Crown lands. I have actual rights as guaranteed by the Canadian Constitution. The genocide that is occurring is that Alberta, Canada, has signed on to the Convention on Genocide. But it's not being applied to this site. For 100 years, the City of Edmonton and its power company have continuously violated that site, illegally exhuming and mass graves individuals from that site. We got most of them back, but the city still wants to keep these last 10. This is a crime of genocide. I had written to your chief of police here when he was the K Division commander. Now he is the commander of this city police force. Now I'm asking for the third time for a proper investigation to take place regarding a hate crime. And like my colleague says here, you are at the end of your rope on what has been done here. Now the shame on this city is not mine to bear. It's the administration and you, the upholders of the law. So with that, I'd like to conclude. But also I'm submitting this document here, which is the anatomy of a hate crime, which clearly describes what has been going on down there for 15 years, which means every time you dig up some damn Indian, you look the other way. And that is not appropriate, because those damn Indians, those Metis, and those half-breeds are citizens of Edmonton, the first citizens of Edmonton that you have continuously violated, the city. Now, if you want to continue the farce of justice that has been conspired here, please do so. But just know that tomorrow, the Alberta government and its various ministries that have authority on that site will be served similar documents regarding crimes against genocide.
Sir, your time is now up.
Okay.
Thank you. Karen will take your letter. I believe your letter should have your contact information on there, sir. Great. I appreciate you coming down, and we will review your letter and provide a response.
I would like to, my understanding was that there was going to be an opportunity to ask us a question. Are we going to deny that?
No, you're not. Does anybody have any questions at this point?
Complicity is silence, you know that.
That's the way it is, you know. I just wanted to say this is the way it is.
And I hope this is
I've
on the
written
record.
100 letters. I've gotten 5 responses. Not one of those letters answered any of the questions I asked.
Gentlemen, thank you very much for coming.
Is there a record of this? Can I have a record of what I've
This is
said?
not recorded, no.
I just hope that you guys ask some questions because, you know, there's going to be a celebration with the bridge opening and all we're asking is to be part of it. You know, 7 years. 7 years I worked with that site. I'm just asking you to be part now of that, the Rossdale.
Thank you, sir. Anybody else wishing to address the commission? Please come forward.